Suzanne Morphew, the missing persons case out of Colorado tonight, 49-year-old mother of two who has been missing technically since Mother's Day. That's the 10th of this month. So we're going on 12 days now, going into day 12. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it right now. Guys, my name is DutyRon, retired New York City police detective. I have 20 plus years in law enforcement. If you are interested in all things straight talk on true crime, all things crime related, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get all the notices when I do go live or upload a video. Guys, tonight, not a lot of extra to talk about. The sheriff's office, along with the CBI and FBI, have obtained search warrants in the days prior to secure the home of the Morphews. This secured search warrant gives the authorities who are investigating this missing persons case to search every possible area a body could be, or a person could be, or evidence could be that would lead up to answers as to the disappearance of this young woman. Again, no stone will be left unturned in this case. And as I said in my previous videos, the law enforcement and authorities are now going to utilize every letter of the law that they can as an investigative tool to search electronic devices, the cell phones, the iPads, the computers, the laptops, everything and anything that's left behind, they will look at. They'll look at papers, notes, go through personal effects. It's almost like a regular search warrant where you go in, like what I did for a long time when you search someone's home. And you're looking for a person, you go through all the effects anywhere, looking behind walls, looking into nooks and crannies, up in attic spaces. That is an expansive home. We're going to take a quick look at it. Looks like a multi-million-dollar home. I'm not really too concerned about the cost of that home, but it looks like a very big piece of property, a very big home. So we're going to take a peek at the aerial footage of that location so you guys can get an idea of how big it is and how much time it's going to take to go through that like a fine-tooth comb. The authorities are going to look through every ounce, every inch, every space, and everything and anything possible inside that home. Now, I just want to say two things. A lot of people have been sending me messages down in the comments, and I love the messages. But when people send messages when it is leading into something that is not proven yet, I don't really try to engage in that, and I'm not purposely ignoring those comments. It's just that out of respect for the family, and you guys have to understand, coming from a law enforcement perspective, I'm not just bringing you a YouTube story here. I have respect and honor for the surviving family here. There's nobody that's claimed to be dead yet, but at the end of the day, this is a woman who's gone missing now almost 12 days, and every day that goes by, as I said, there's less and less of chance that she'll be returned home alive. So at the end of the day, I have to respect the two daughters, her family, the families that are now here having hope. So I'm not going to talk about things that are speculation. There's a talk of a girlfriend. I know that that's out there. At this point, for me, I feel like, we have to get down to the nooks and crannies. We have to get into what happened to her. Where is she? Or if she is not here with us anymore, we have to recover her and bring her home for her family. So those are the most important things. Patty and Jack, thank you for joining the DutyRon family. And thank you to all my Patreon and channel members and all the people who support me. The moderators here in the stream are invaluable. Thank you so much to each and every one of the moderators that are here in the stream. Matt Sully, Joey Brooklyn, Paul Peck Drywall, Black Rose, Daphne.
Welcome to the DutyRon.
All of you guys are invaluable to me, and thank you to all my new subscribers and all of my new people out there from all across the world. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, keeping those messages down below coming in. I greatly appreciate it. I love the interaction on the messages. So let's take a quick look at what we got going on here. I'm going to go to the browser scene here. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. All right, guys, let's just play this quick clip here.
Missing woman from Chaffee County is now being searched. Suzanne Morphew has been missing for more than 10 days. Her family says she went on a bike ride on Mother's Day and hasn't been seen since, although her bike has been found. She lives in Maysville near Salida. The Chaffee County Sheriff's Office says Morphew's home is being held by law enforcement during the investigation. The sheriff says it's not unusual for missing persons investigations to start at the home, then extend outward. However, it's not clear if officials were at the home early on in the investigation or waited a week to start searching. Authorities have received 200 tips regarding her disappearance.
Okay, that's one thing that I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis here on, I want you to see the video that's going to show the aerial. This is an aerial footage. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's like 13 minutes long, but I want you guys to get an idea of how expansive this property is. There's going to be no audio on this because it's just, there's nobody talking, but that's the property, that's the Morphew's home residence right there. So you get to see there's two sheriff's vehicles here in the driveway. This, I think, he owns a landscaping company, so I think this flatbed, this trailer is his with a bobcat next to it. Looks like there's a lot of rocks and stuff around, but this is how expansive this property is. You see a 3-car garage there. This is not a cheap home. This is a multi-million-dollar home. So this is just for the viewers who might not have seen this footage. You know, outside of the United States, this is an aerial shot of the residence that's going to be searched, and perhaps based on the 200 tips that they've received, excavation of property. But that is not Sheriff's Department or FBI's property that's there. That bobcat is probably owned by by Barry. But if there was any type of activity like that going on there where there was digging, you would see a lot more personnel, you'd see tents set up, and you'd see a lot of activity. They do have it all roped off. That's just standard procedure to have that crime scene tape. The tape going around it is just to keep anybody out, anybody snooping, anybody that's nosy. So that's just tape basically saying, hey, everybody stay out. There's the two sheriff's department vehicles. It might be a local and, you know, a marked vehicle and an unmarked vehicle. It looks like there's turret lights on the top of both of them. So, but yeah, you see the trailer over here to the right on the screen here. There's a trailer, and they're going to zoom in on it, and it shows a bobcat right there in the driveway. But this looks like the back part of the house. It's huge. It's a huge home. So they're going to have a lot of, it's going to take a long time. This was, I think, from a day or two ago. So it's going to take them a long time to go through this. Heidi, welcome in. Hello, Winkies. Hello, Crispy. Thank you for joining. Hi, G. Marie. Cheryl Flowers, thank you for joining. Hello, Christy Nolan. Thank you for joining. There's no audio to this. I'm just filling it in with a little talk here. Matty Boy Sully, good to see you. Luke, thanks for joining. Cheryl, great to see you. Michelle Vogel, always a pleasure. G. Marie, thank you so much for being on in here. Cheryl, Alabama Gal, thank you for coming in. BZ Mama, thank you for coming. Luke, good to see you. She's missing 11, going on 12 days. Cheryl Flowers, Beanie Boomer, wow, a lot of people. BZ Mama, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Gail B, channel members are piling in. So there's the bobcat. Let me pause it on that. Hold on, sugar. All right, so damn it. All right, hold on, guys. Of course, it's got to be right over it. So this bobcat here, it looks like, is probably owned by the husband Barry. It looks like there's a lot of he's doing a lot of rock walls and a lot of work here. He's I believe his business is the landscape and design. So he's probably was doing probably in the past a lot of work here. So I don't think that is Sheriff's Department's equipment. Just so you know, if there was any type of operation like that going on, there would be a lot more personnel, a lot more equipment there. So we may or may not see that. And again, this is just showing you an aerial shot of how expansive this property it is and how big it is. The personal item that they recovered of hers was supposedly 2,000 feet outside of the residence. So a very short distance. Whatever personal item they recovered was, according to the law enforcement, 2,000 feet away from this property. Again, I'll let this roll for another minute or two, but you guys get an idea. This is a helicopter going over the residence to show you how expansive it is. Thamer, thanks for joining. Hi, Claire. Great to see you. Thank you, Guy and Jackie, for being in here. Yeah, 7 acres. It's huge. Again, they have over 200 tips that came into the tip line. They will probably look into all of those tips, depending on the validity of them. But I think all tips will be looked at. And again, I had the honor and pleasure to speak to one of Suzanne's high school friends, who happens to be a subscriber and a Patreon supporter. She texted me, and I'm not going to divulge her name, but she spoke very highly of her and all the reports that we hear of how good of a woman she is. She solidified that for me through high school, and she saw her at a high school reunion just as short as, I think, 5 to 7 years ago. So, the Indiana, the state of Indiana where she grew up, there's a lot of people grieving there. There's a lot of people that are very scared and very upset, and they want her to be brought home. They want her to come home, and we pray that she's found. Again, as the days go on, that unfortunately the odds lower as the days go on. So that's an unfortunate thing. The dogs are going to come in, the bloodhounds, they're going to go through that property. Guy and Jackie, thank you for the super sticker. The bloodhounds are going to come through. Don't forget, the FBI is here. The FBI is here and on the case. Glera, she did, and I'm not going to get into that here, but she did mention it, and there was nothing, over the top. But she really knew her very well in high school. So, this is way past high school. She's 49 years old. Let me see who else is here. Liz, great to see you. Thank you for being in here. Thank you for being a channel member. Yeah, it is a big piece of property, Carolyn. It's a big piece of property, and you're getting a really good view of it right here. Liz, welcome in, faithful one. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I when the time is right, I will mention that. Right now, I feel the time is not right to speak about. Listen, as everybody knows, I stick to the facts on what's going on right now. And right now, we have a missing persons case. We're all speculating that her husband is up to no good, and I feel the same way. I feel that he has something to do with her disappearance. We don't know right now. At the end of the day, I'm trying to respect the family. She has 2 grown daughters. There's a lot of her family that are holding on to hope, and I don't think that they need to hear a bunch of YouTubers talking about that she's already gone, because none of us know that. So, you know, some of the hardest things as law enforcement is to go and make a notification to a family that a loved one is deceased or has been killed. You know, we hope that that doesn't happen, but as the days go on, as I always keep saying here, the odds of a safe return. Look at that shot. Wow. Now, I spoke about this on my last live, how mountainous and how mature grown trees are in that area. And look at what that property was surrounded by. It's just all trees. And I mean, that's a great shot to give you an idea of how difficult it would be to conduct a foot search here. You know, and even ground, you know, there's a lot in the dense, you know, where the trees are really dense. It's really hard to see down straight to the ground. So thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm trying to have a little bit of respect and hope. And right now, for me, all of our speculation is irrelevant in regards to this right now, because it's all we're just guessing, and it's okay to speculate. But when you do it on a live stream, a lot of people get to watch it and a lot of people get to see it. And you never know if the family is going to, you know, this is going to get shared and, you know, put out there. So for me, I want law enforcement to do their job. I want no stone to be left unturned. And, you know, if she's out there, bring her home. If she's not, bring her home so her family could lay her to rest. We hope that the latter is not going to happen, and we pray. I mean, look at this shot. I'm going to pause it right there. Wow. I mean, that's a huge home. Some estimates were 1.2 million. Others I saw 2.2 million. I saw a bunch of different numbers in the Facebook group about this home, but this is the first time I'm really looking at it. I saw a quick clip of this and I saved it and I said, oh, let me show this to everybody. So I really didn't watch this whole thing, but this is some estate, and it's a lot of land there. You know, I'm curious to see what they come up with when they go to the DVR, providing Barry didn't take out the DVR. Now, if her husband ripped out that DVR and destroyed it, then that's going to show a lot of guilt on his end. I'm pretty sure that DVR that ran the security footage is there, and that at least they could see some of her patterns. With the DVR, you know, some of them record up to a month, and some of them record up to 2 months. Beanie Boomer, thank you for that. So 1.7 million. So I was right about that guesswork there. Yeah, it's public record, so you could look it up. But at least the DVR, if they can go back even into April and see if she did in fact go out for bike rides, if she did, you know, she's into health and fitness. So was she going in and out of health and fitness? You know, was she going in and out of the house on a regular basis to go and work out? Was she a runner? Did she, you know, there's a lot of things that need to be put in the investigation that needs to be looked at. So I feel that they will get a chock full of information unless he went in there and cleaned up all of the electronic footprint, which I don't think, you know, most people aren't smart enough to get rid of everything. You know, you could wipe out a phone, but it all can be brought back through computer forensics. And a lot of people don't realize that, but the FBI has that capability. So again, I know nothing about this couple other than what I heard from one of my Patreon supporters who I know and trust, who's not full of it. She sent me a very long text message back and forth of what kind of a great person she is. So at the end of the day, I trust her, I respect her, and I know that what she's telling me is true. She didn't really have anything to contribute about the husband. She didn't say anything bad about him. And she just said that they were married a long time. So at the end of the day, folks, all of that really, and, you know, having a girlfriend, I hate to say this like it's so routine, but, you know, there's so many spouses both ways, males who cheat on their wives and females who cheat on their husbands. That goes on a regular basis. We all know that. You know, nobody has a squeaky clean marriage. You know, there's always rocky times in a relationship. That's part of a relationship. Trials and tribulations, ups and downs. Anybody that tells you that they have a perfect life is full of crap, as we know. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm sure that there was maybe some rocky parts of their relationship, just like any other relationship that's out there. But, you know, at the end of the day, really what matters here is what happened to her, not past and things that were going on. If they were splitting up, I'm sure that'll come to light. If they were having problems, that'll all come to light in due time. And we just have to be patient with this. I say it all the time. You know, we don't want to jump to conclusions and point fingers. And listen, I'll be the first to tell you that if you ask me how I feel, what's your gut feeling, DutyRon? I feel that the husband is, something smells fishy with him. But I can't say with any certainty. You know, it's just my detective intuition. That's I just got a bad vibe from the guy. That's it. I mean, I can't say yes, I think he did anything. I don't have anything to back that up with. So I'm just giving you what my gut feeling is. So, but I more so feel sorry for her daughters and her immediate family. These people are going through hell right now. They are probably not sleeping. And, you know, they're praying a lot for a miracle, for their mom to come back, for their daughter to come back. I don't know if her parents are still alive. So at the end of it all, I just want to just hold on to a little bit of hope for now until anything further is reported. I will do what I can to give you guys my perspective on what law enforcement is doing right now. And that's what this video is about. They are now going through this home that we see in the foreground is being swept through with a fine-tooth comb, and they're going to go through every possible space. Hot Sauce Junkie Tim, welcome in. Hello, Bridget Parker. They're going to go through every possible space in that house and every possible piece of evidence that can bring justice forward, that can bring her home. So there's the tip line, Winky Whispers. Thanks for putting that up. I will link the tip line down below and the Facebook group if anybody has anything or anybody hears any legitimate stuff. Carolina girl, I don't know anything with certainty because it wasn't reported by any authorities. It's just being spewed out on Facebook and all over YouTube. So I am not speaking about anything like that. But at the end of the day, you know, I want my fellow brothers in law enforcement to go out there, and I know that they are working night and day to bring her home, to find her, to bring a resolution to this missing persons case. So there are detectives, male and female, investigators working night and day from all branches of law enforcement, from the state, from the feds to the locals. And this is probably like nothing this sheriff has ever dealt with in his career. So they're gonna, like I said, no stone's gonna be left unturned. All of the computer forensics are gonna be handed over to the FBI. The FBI is the premier law enforcement arm, and they will do the best that they can do. Again, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and also following me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all one word, DutyRon. Look at that pullback. That's unbelievable. And there's a huge lake to the left over here. I'm gonna go back to that so you guys can see this. That is tremendous. So yeah, consider subscribing and following me on all of my social media, and also checking out my Facebook police and crime chat group and my YouTube video share group on Facebook. I have a Discord and a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in that, the links are up there in the chat. I know the Streamlabs bot is putting that out there as we speak. I want to see this pull back here, and then I'll pause it when it hits to the, here we go. It's going to pull out now. Wow. Okay, so I wish I can get rid of this arrow, The home is right here, up here. But man, oh man. When this thing pulls out, look at that. Wow. Okay, so it gives you a great idea of what they're dealing with. Cleveland, Ohio, welcome in, Big Frank. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you coming. Guys, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section down below. Again, I'm going to go back. I'm going to segue back onto here. Again, I am DutyRon, retired New York City Police Detective, 20 plus years in law enforcement. And again, this is a terrible case. This is not a case that's enjoyable for me because I know how much stress and how much anxiety the law enforcement's going through, and obviously the family. So my heart and my prayers go out to the Morphew family, to her surviving, her relatives out there, all the people who are going through all of this. We hope that she's brought home safe and sound. Guys, I will give you updates as they become available. A lot of love and respect from my house to yours. God bless the world. God bless the United States. And God bless each and every one of you here in the chat. And thank you so much for joining on this live stream. Make sure you share it out, like, and subscribe. Thank you, guys.